Hello everyone, and welcome to Game8. Today we'll be addressing some questions that newcomers tend to ask, and we really can't blame anyone for getting lost early in the game. FromSoftware is known for creating games rich with captivating mystery. Unfortunately, that mystery tends to affect many aspects of the game as well. So it's normal for even experienced gamers to overlook some of the basic concepts due to how vague the world of Elden Ring can be. But worry not, because we got a list of answers right here to ensure that you don't lose yourself in the lines between. So, can I change my character's appearance mid-game? Yes, you can. There's a new addition to the game once you reach your hub, which is known as Round Table's Hold, where you can change all aspects of your character's appearance, as much as you want. You can do this when interacting with this thing known as the Clouded Mirror Stand. What are classes? Your class decides what your initial stats will be. Your class doesn't necessarily define your overall role in the game, it merely decides your starting stats. Just because you pick a tanky, heavy hitter type class doesn't mean you can't still use magic. You just need to make sure you put points in the right attribute, and the possibilities of what you can do are almost endless. Which class should I pick? We recommend classes with low arcane level, because arcane gives no combative bonus, which can be quite difficult for new players. So we usually advise newcomers to try out classes like the Vagabond, Samurai, or the Prisoner classes. What kind of build should I do? Well, you can't go wrong with Strength and Endurance. If you aren't sure what stats to put in, Strength and Endurance are almost always a good option. Endurance determines the amount of times you can attack or dodge, and your Strength lets you equip stronger armor without hindering your mobility. It also affects your attack power with weapons that scale with Strength. Ultimately, you will want to put points into whatever kind of attribute you want to focus on. If you want to main magic, then level Mind and Intelligence. If you want to be a swift dagger-wielding ninja, then Dexterity and Endurance will be the stats for you.
Art thou now?
Can I respec my stats mid-game? You can change everything except your class. By defeating a difficult boss and receiving a special item called the Larval Tier, players can take this item to Renala and respect their characters.
I bequeath to you this ring.
When do I get my horse mount? After receiving the Spectral Steed Whistle from Melina, players will be able to summon their trusty steed, Torrent. Melina is introduced in a cutscene after the players find their third side of grace in Limgrave, just before entering the Stormgate. What are NPCs? NPCs, or non-playable characters, are characters in the game that are not directly controlled by the player. Characters whom the players are able to interact with are usually labeled as NPCs.
What is it?
What is that wall of fog at the end of the tutorial room? It is only accessible with the Stone Sword key. A wall of fog is usually a signal that a boss or a dungeon is ahead of you. In the case of this fog, you can proceed by examining the nearby imp statue and using the Stone Sword key. Keep in mind that fog walls often have special conditions for direct examination and lifting. The boss that awaits at the end of a fog is quite formidable and is best attempted later in the game. Why don't I have enough runes? Runes, or souls as people remember them by, are a source of experience and currency in Elden Ring. It is difficult to farm large amounts of runes at once since they are all dropped upon death. You can pick them up again by returning to the location of your death. However, you lose these runes permanently if you die before you can reacquire them. That's why we recommend using up your runes as soon as possible to avoid the chances of losing them. Where should I go next? What should I do? It's understandable not to know where to go because this game strives on its mystery. But always remember that when in doubt, always follow the guidance of the blessings. If you've simply lost your goal, keep moving in the direction of the blessed guidance that can be found on the map. It will guide you towards objectives relevant to the main story. Since Elden Ring is an open world game, players are free to tackle the tasks in any order. Thanks for watching. If you found our guide useful, give the video a like. We're always here to help players overcome the challenges that lie ahead. So if you want to tune in for more tips, tricks, and guides on Elden Ring, subscribe to our channel. How about you? Do you have any advice to help our fellow gamers get good in the lands between? If so, leave us a comment down below. Till next time, my fellow Tarnished.